This presentation explores the issues of inclusion support provided by paraprofessional educators. A few years after the end of World War II, the population of public schools increased dramatically with no increase in the number of available teachers. Teachers' aides performed clerical and other duties to free teachers' time for instruction. Due to new regulations, aides were required to fill roles as instructors. Head Start programs, bilingual programs, and special education programs came to rely heavily on paraprofessionals. Today, paraprofessionals provide inclusion support to students with disabilities. There are several advantages to having paraprofessionals instruct students. They are paid less than certified teachers, so more can be hired for less money. Because of the low pay, most paraprofessionals work in the same area in which they live, so they are more familiar than many teachers with the culture and languages of the community. Many excellent teachers started their careers in education as paraprofessionals. But there are disadvantages also to having paraprofessionals provide instruction. Many paraprofessionals have relatively little education and training for their jobs. Because of the low compensation, some may not feel the need to put maximum effort into the work. Many paraprofessionals feel that their work is not respected. Even the term paraprofessional may imply that they are something other than professional educators. The key question is whether a paraprofessional in the inclusion setting offers a student a free and appropriate public education in the least restrictive environment. Is the student receiving a FAPE? His education is certainly free, since they are provided at a public school, and it is an education. But is it appropriate? Under the No Child Left Behind Act, teachers are required to be highly qualified. Paraprofessionals are not usually subject matter experts. They often rely on the things they learned in elementary and secondary school to know how to teach the curriculum. Paraprofessionals are not trained in pedagogy, and they are not experts in best practices for special education. Contrary to the image of a teacher's aide waiting for guidance from a teacher, inclusion support is a very demanding way to educate students. Inclusion staff is responsible to modify students' assignments, to provide accommodations required by the IEP. They often reteach the curriculum. They assess students with disabilities to ensure that they are accessing the curriculum. While performing these tasks, they are also responsible for managing behavior. Is the general education classroom with inclusion support truly the least restrictive environment? Inclusion support most often means one-on-one instruction. This may not feel less restrictive to the student who is being serviced this way. We may inadvertently make the inclusion classroom more restrictive than the research room. Problems noted in the research include interference with teacher instruction, stigmatization, lack of interaction with peers, and dependency. It's a problem, but how to solve it? There appear to be only two possible solutions. We could either stop the practice of using paraprofessionals for inclusion support, or we could train paraprofessionals to be true inclusion paraeducators. If we decide to take the first option, there are two steps in the process. First, our district must hire more certified co-teachers. Next, we have to move more students from inclusion to resource. However, Since our district already hires the maximum number of teachers its budget allows, it is very unlikely that it will hire more to improve the quality of inclusion. But our district administrators expect to maintain a high percentage of special education students in mainstream classrooms, so more resource time is not a viable option either. So we must retrain our paraprofessionals. We will start by determining the strengths of each paraprofessional. Each staff member brings unique abilities to the job. Then we train each one in the area in which they show the most aptitude. But we train them all in providing the least restrictive environment. Our general education colleagues will have to help supervise, since they are able to observe the paraprofessionals in the inclusion classroom. Finally, we must recognize and reward those who buy into the program and offer students high-quality instruction. In implementing these ideas, some resistance is to be expected. There is the resistance to change, which is natural for all of us. Our paraprofessional staff may perceive the retraining as criticism of past performance. Teachers themselves may prefer that aides stick to keeping students quiet instead of providing real instruction. Results may not come right away, and some may want to abandon the changes. The key points of this presentation are: improper use and overuse of paraprofessionals robs students of FAPE and LRE. Solutions are not easy and involve effort and cooperation. But there is a workable plan of solution. The plan will not work immediately and may present new problems in the short run. But our students are worth the effort.